Hola compadres y mamacitas, this is Peter. Companies normally use mascots to bring people in. For example, Disney World has Mickey Mouse and Minnie. Universal has the Avengers crew. But we're gamers, we care about video game icons. So Nintendo's got Mario and Link. Microsoft's, well, they have Master Chief. And Sony, they got
Jason!
These iconic characters bring us gamers in. We want to play these exclusives. And people are probably going to buy the Wii U just to play the new Zelda game or Super Smash Bros. Universe. People are probably going to buy the Xbox On to play Microsoft's Halo 5. And people are probably going to buy Sony's PlayStation 7 just to play their Sony games. But see, companies sometimes do stupid stuff. And they ruin their mascot. A prime example of this is Capcom with Mega Man. But we're going to save that for another day. I'm bringing you a new series I would like to call Game Over, where I discuss a iconic character whose company crushed them, and if they should be brought back today into today's gaming world, because, well, games today, it's different than how it used to be. Today I'm going to be talking about Bomberman. Now, Bomberman is a maze-type video game developed by Hudson Soft. Hudson Soft is that company with the cute little-looking bee. Well, Hudson Soft was bought out by Konami in 2011. Well, let's focus more on Bomberman. There were two predecessor games for the home computers, but they're not really important because the NES game is widely considered to be the first game. The first game takes place as a Bomberman is a robot, engaged producing bombs until he hears a rumor. This rumor is if you get to the surface, you could turn into a human. So that's how the story of the first game was. And well, what you have to do is just go to different floors, bomb the enemies, bam boom bop, get to the top floor, and well, you turn into a human. Bomberman was a simple game, and well, it had to be with the limitations of the NES. But that didn't mean anything. There were pretty great games on the NES, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros., and Bomberman. And well, Hudson did really good. People caught on, they wanted to play this game. It was a cute little puzzle game with a maze. And Hudson said, hey, why not? Let's make a second one. Bomberman 2, well, alright, hold on. It's like the first game. You have a maze-esque area, you blow stuff up, and you get to the next area. Except this one has a different story. Okay. I don't know what the hell Hudson was trying to push with this story, but okay. White Bomberman was strolling through the city one day until he looked at the bank. And inside the bank, Black Bomberman went in. And Black Bomberman robbed the bank. He leaves out with a cash full of money and gives it to White Bomberman. White Bomberman gets arrested, breaks out of the jail to find Black Bomberman and bring Black Bomberman to jail. What are you trying to push there, Hudson? But regardless, it's the same as the first game, but with a different story. And it's pretty good, like the first game. I mean, I preferred the first game, it was better. But the second game has upgraded graphics, better flow, just the story gets a little bit on my nerves. Bomberman didn't become an exclusive anymore. It was passed around like a bong at a high school party. And well, it had its Genesis games and all that stuff, but when it came to the Super Nintendo, Super Bomberman came out. Kinda the same as the first Bomberman games. Maze, blow stuff up, and then you fight a boss. And the boss looked like this. Hudson was like, well, this did pretty good. Why don't we make about, I don't know, what's the ballpark, 5 of these games? Yeah, that seems rather good. Only Super Bomberman 2 was released in America. The rest were in Japan and Europe, and I didn't get to play them, so I can't really review them in my own way. But it's the 90s now, and the 90s were freaking amazing, I'll tell you that. And with that, Hudson said, let's break the formula a little bit. Let's design something different and new. My friends, this is where Bomberman, no pun intended, blew up. In a good way. Yeah. First, I'm going to be talking about the pocket games. The first game was Bomberman GB, or Bomberman GB2 in Japan, because they got Bomberman GB before us. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Bomberman GB was a simple maze game like the original ones on the Super Nintendo and the NES with a story. It was great, it was fun. But then they made Bomberman Pocket, and my god, Bomberman Pocket was amazing. Alright, if you haven't played Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, put the Call of Duty controller down and play the damn game. In the game, you get to go into these dungeon-esque areas, and it's a 2D sky-scroller now, and you can jump up and down. Now imagine a whole game based on that with just bombs, and that's what Bomberman Pocket is. It's a fun game, it's a breath of new air, and well, it was amazing. But Hudson didn't stop there. They made their first RPG for Bomberman. And Jesus Christ, it's amazing. Bomberman Quest, my god, is one of my favorite Bomberman games. It's that great. Think of now the entire game of Link's Awakening. Well, instead of a sword, you have bombs, and that's what Bomberman Quest is. Instead of gathering all the instruments of the Windfish, you actually have to gain parts of your crashed ship. There's town folks to talk to, there's dungeons to go to, there's enemies to kill, there's new different equipment you can get, and an A and a B equipped thing, so you don't have to use bombs all the time, you can equip a different item. Hudson was smart, and it was an amazing game. I loved it, and I still love it till today. Then Hudson said, why don't we move to the Nintendo 64, and they created Bomberman 64, and molto bene, this was amazing! Woo! An overworld where you have to complete a quest, and I mean the story wasn't the greatest, but it was still a great game. You're Bomberman, you have this overworld to explore, you can pick up bombs, you can throw them, and god, it was truly great! They didn't stop there though, they made a couple more of these games, one for the GameCube and all that stuff. The first Bomberman Land game I got to play was on the DS. It was a party minigame type of game, you know, with the classic Bomberman game still, but just filled with over 30 minigames, you collect costumes and all that stuff, and it was a pretty fun game. And then they created a second one. Now, the reason why I spent the last 8 minutes or so talking about these games is, well, to give you a feel of what Bomberman did, how it moved around, what kind of games there were. And, well, could these games today amount to the systems we have? The type of games that are competing against one each other, and well, the companies who would want to actually put another Bomberman game out on their system. I really don't want to bring this up, that's why I tried not to, but I have to. Okay. Bomberman, like I said, was passed around from system to system, and Microsoft got their taste at it. So Microsoft created this. Well, they didn't create it, but they published this. This monstrosity is called Bomberman Act Zero. Realistic looking graphics, terrible controls. They try to make the original NES game, making Bomberman look like the box art. And when I first played the game, my reaction was like this. Why Microsoft? Bomberman kinda shared the same fate as Sonic the Hedgehog. A bad game creates bad heat. And this created bad heat for Bomberman. Well, guess I can give you my opinion on if Bomberman should live or die now, and survive in today's market of games. I was first thinking about this video, and what to say and what to do. I was going to give our Bomberman friend the cut. But I changed my mind, because, well, besides considering systems and handhelds, I gotta consider something else. The ISO and Android market. Now, to break it down, minigame Bomberman games I can see as maybe eShop games. Maybe. I don't think Hudson should put another one of those Bomberman Land games out because, well, they could do better. Now, consoles, a console game for Bomberman,
Not gonna happen anytime soon. Today's market is filled with, it's gotta be the best graphics, and it's gotta have boom grenades and rifles and headshots. You know what I mean? That's today's market. And it kind of hit me like that because when I was watching Xbox's Nuns release, their biggest reveal was Call of Duty Ghosts. And if that's what you're gonna hype your system on, just Call of Duty Ghosts, that's the only game you're gonna really show, it shows that creativity doesn't really move out. Companies are too scared to, oh, well, we gotta make a first-person shooter game. And they don't go beyond the spectrum. The only first-person shooting game I can really think that, you know, is groundbreaking is BioShock. But going back to Bomberman. These are the two devices that I can see him surviving on. I can see a Bomberman 64 HD port, like Ocarina of Time and all those games, on the 3DS. A Bomberman overworld exploration game, or even a Bomberman RPG for this game. Bomberman really works well in the handheld systems. But for an old NES type of game that's just a maze, it won't really sell on this. It will sell on this. Today, Angry Birds is, well, popular. Angry Birds is everywhere, and it's a simple, non-really appealing game, but who really appeals to it are young children and adults. Because of its, well, not so difficulty, physics-based levels, and it's appealing. People want to be into the game market. They want to have that casual approach, and I hate to put him in a casual game, but a Maze X Bomberman game belongs here and really nowhere else. I can only see Bomberman NES on an iPhone or an Android, but I can see a Bomberman 64 on the 3DS or even a Bomberman RPG. So, I give Bomberman, my friend over here, the 1-up. Hudson, you got a few more lives in you. Play it smart. Don't do another Act Zero. Honestly, what you need to do is go back to your roots. Maze games, 64/RPG games. And I can see Bomberman selling again. If you want to bring fans back, no doubt, Nintendo 64 fans played Bomberman 64. You put this on this, they will buy it. So, compadres y mamacitas, thank you for watching my video. Compadres y mamacitas, thanks once again for watching my video. If you liked it, throw me a like. If you want to see more watch it, click the subscribe button. If you want to reach me, you can follow me at Poneapples on Twitter. A little wink to you, bada bing, bada boom, if you know someone special, you know what I mean. And if you want to shoot me an email, that'll be easier. You can message me at poneapples.gnds7.com. It'll be all in the description below. Or wherever YouTube decides to put the box and the new one channel, whatever. Also, if the ad revenue I make on this video, I don't keep. I donate to Alzheimer's research. So actually, when you're watching my videos, you're actually helping find a cause that affected my family and may have affected your family. So I thank you so much for that. And if you want to message me on Skype, you can message me at goldsilver7. It's always on, either on my phone or my computer, and I'll get to you. That or Twitter is the easiest ways to message me. Mega Man Zero Part 2 is coming up soon. Just wanted to get this video out of the way. I had some editing video difficulties with that, so that's going to come out later. But once again, guys, thank you for watching my videos. And maybe with all this help, we can find a cure for Alzheimer's. Thanks. Wink again for that special person. Bam bam.